Hi everyone, I'm Bonnie from Really Reasonable Ribbon and Make Time to Craft, and today I'm going to be showing you how I make my favorite double loop, double layer bow with my Zutter Bow-It-All version 2.0. I get asked about this bow an awful lot because it's my favorite, so I use it a lot. And I'm going to show you how I made the bow and also talk about my favorite ribbon picks because the type of ribbon that you use will greatly affect the overall look of your finished bow. So today we're going to be using the grape 5/8 inch plaid from our February Ribbon Club assortment, and I'm also going to be using the hot pink delicate stitch satin, which is my all-time favorite ribbon to make these particular bows. I have my pegs on my board set at 4 inches and 6 inches in the back and 4.5 and 5.5 in the front. My board typically sits on at my workstation like this, ready to go, because I use this bow so often. So I have a piece of ribbon that's less than a yard long here. I've made a point on what I refer to as my cut end. If you were working off a spool, your ribbon would be spooled and stuck on the peg back here, but this is just a short piece. So I always make a point on my cut end when I demonstrate so that it's easier for you to follow along, so you don't get confused as to which end is which. So my cut end is going to be coming out the left side, and I'm starting behind the back 2 pegs, and I'm leaving, 5 or 6 inches on the left for the tail. So we're starting in the back, and we're going to figure 8 around the back 2 pegs, then figure 8 around the front 2 pegs, and then we're going to do the back 2 pegs again and the front 2 pegs. So now we have 2 loops on each side of each row of pegs. I'm going to take the working end, which is in my right hand, and we're going to go between the 2 pegs in the middle and out the back. The cut end in my left hand, I'm going to either fold it in half or fold each end into the middle just to make it a little thinner for the middle piece. That is totally preference. You can do that part however you want. You could either leave it flat, fold it in half, or fold each side in. We're crossing the ribbons over in the back. The ribbon, the cut end is coming around the front, down through the middle, and out the back. Now the working end that's in my right hand, I'm going to switch over to my left, and the cut end is now in my right. I'm making a loop with the ribbon in my left hand. The cut end is coming over and through the loop, and now the cut end with the point is coming out the right side to make our locking C-knot. We're going to snug it up a little bit. Then I'm going to take a look. If anything is folded or twisted in a way that doesn't look nice, I will fix it now before I tighten it down. When you're satisfied, I just slowly tighten by doing a rocking motion with my fingers in the back so I can slowly tighten it. And once it's tightened to the point where I'm satisfied, I will clip my ends and slide it up and off. At this point, all you need to do is open up your loops a little and fluff them up, and you have a gorgeous completed bow. The reason I like this ribbon so much is it's lightweight enough that I can really tighten down that center to make a small and tight center to the bow, but it has enough body that when I fluff my loops a little bit, they will stay that way, which gives you a beautiful finished bow. Now I have my plaid, which is a little bit heavier than the delicate stitch satin, but it works equally as well. So I have a point on my cut end of this ribbon as well. We're going to do the same thing. We're going to start in the back. We're going to figure eight around the back pegs, the front pegs, the back pegs, and then the front pegs again. Take the working ribbon in my right hand and go through the center and to the back. I'm going to fold my ribbon in half or in thirds or whatever your preference is. Cross them over in the back. The left hand comes through the center, down through the back, switching hands like we did last time. Make a loop, go through with the cut end and out the right side, and lightly tighten. This ribbon is a little thicker, so I actually like to just scrunch it down as much as I can to make it easier to tighten that center. You're going to take a look and make sure everything looks good. There's no twists that look wonky. Once you're happy, you do your rocking, tightening motion until you have it as tight as you can. Clip your tails and slide your ribbon up and off. And again, you just separate and fluff your loops a little bit. And you have a gorgeous finished bow. So I have also made a sample with the satin with grosgrain edge out of the February assortment to show you a little bit of what I'm talking about with different types of ribbon. This is a little bit heavier satin, so it's a little thicker ribbon, plus satin is a little more slippery to work with. It still makes a gorgeous bow. I love this bow. I would use this, and it's a go-to of mine also. This took me a little more time though. There's a little more fussing when you're tying it. It won't tighten as well, so you're not going to have the tiny little center of this. So I would say if you're having trouble, don't start with this ribbon. Go to an easy ribbon so that you're not frustrated. Practice with this. When you master this one and you're really happy and you know you can do it, then go to a double face satin or something that's a little bit harder to work with. My first bow that I ever made did not look like this. It takes some practice, but it's really easy to do, and I know you can do it. So don't be frustrated. Get a ribbon that works well for you. Thanks so much for watching, and if you like the video, please click the thumbs up below and leave a comment. Be sure to subscribe to my channel so you don't miss any of my upcoming videos.